Yeah, so I grew up in a Christian household where church was just something you checked off the box on a weekly. No genuine relationship with Christ, no actual, reading of Scripture or reliance on Him. Just very much something that happened inside the four walls, and um, that living life like that, was pretty much my entire existence until I got here at Heritage. It was uh, very much something that was just out of habit, not genuine. I spent a year in DC before I then moved out here to Ashburn. And when I got to Ashburn, my parents came down to help me move. And since I had moved out, they had found a very genuine relationship with Christ that is now beautiful to see. But yeah, so they flew down here to help me move. Of course, we're still bringing boxes and couches in, and my mom's like, we got to go to church. We got to find somewhere to go to church. I believe we moved in on like a Thursday. And I live less than 5 minutes from the church. So, of course, I was like, the first one and done. We'll just get this done. My parents, they come twice a year. They come to visit me in the summer, and they come to visit me for Thanksgiving. So my idea was this would be a twice a year church. I basically would be like a new visitor every time I came, because I wouldn't think that they would remember my face. And that would be kind of one and done. So I came to either the last or second to last service here at Heritage of 2023. And the goal was just to pacify my parents, and I was going to go back to living my life, which was at the lowest, darkest point that I could have possibly imagined at that point. So we came to Heritage. I remember just right over there, we're walking out. My parents are like, "This is a great church. You should come back." And I'm yesing them to death. "Sure, yeah, I'll be back. You'll see me next week." And no genuine intention of ever walking through the doors ever again. And I remember it was about a 2-week period after that. I was just sitting in my bed. During that time in my life, it was either doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing, or plotting and scheming and making plans to do something I wasn't supposed to be doing. And I just instantly felt the weight of all of my sin. I instantly felt the weight of the life that I had been living, how it was such an offense to Christ. And I instantly became overwhelmed. To this very day, I've never, cried or hyperventilated or been, hunched over, bawling, crying, as much as I was in that moment. And it was very much a split second. It went from God, from my vantage point, having no involvement in my mind, my psyche, and he went from being nothing in my life to everything in that exact moment. And I met up with Pastor Steve and went to a coffee shop. And it's also by God's grace, because I opened up to Pastor Steve and basically just spilled the beans of my whole life. I thank the Lord for giving me the comfort to open up to Him, and I began a series of conversations that we would have. We would meet up regularly, whether that was after church or on Saturday morning. Leaving that coffee shop for the first time, I wasn't even home yet before I got my phone on Amazon and ordered a Bible to my house, which felt very surreal and the most out of character that I could possibly feel in that moment. And I continued meeting with Pastor Steve. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but at some point, not too far after that, on Wednesday, after group and after Bible study, we met at a diner locally here. And he asked me if I had ever, genuinely had a relationship with Christ. And up until that point, or for this short little window, I was like, I'm kind of, restarting my relationship. I'm kind of, giving it a reboot or a tune-up. Through the conversation with him and through sanctification that has happened since, I realized that there was never a relationship, and that the Lord truly was starting something that was completely new. Just began talking about what a genuine journey looked like. He called me to serve here at the church, which I now happily do. On paper, it's media, but it's also whatever Marcus needs help with, and he sees me walking around, which I'm happy to do. But yeah, so I then eventually got baptized, which was a very beautiful experience that I still hold fondly in my heart. And from my perspective, and I've seen it from the perspective of friends and family, and I don't even know what I would have done had I not started attending here at Heritage. And it was truly the Lord's sovereign hand in bringing me here. And like I said, my life has completely changed for the better, and I look forward to the opportunity to come to church. I look forward to the opportunity to serve others. This is the warmest church family, and I love Heritage. I love everyone at Heritage, and it's truly a blessing. Truly a blessing.